Hi, good morning. Today we did chapter 4 in Introduction to Criminal Justice. So I'm going to revise that chapter because I have few assignments and I am going to try to do a video on this so that I can use that as a reference and I do not have to read that. So the chapter 4 is the rule of law. The first section we are going to do is distinguish between criminal and civil law. Now, two general types of laws in United States, criminal law and civil law. Criminal law, a formal means of social control that involves the use of rules that are interpreted and are enforceable by courts of political community. The function of these rules, criminal law, is to set limits to the conduct of citizens, guide the officials, police, and other administrators, define conditions of deviance and unacceptable behavior. The purpose of criminal justice is to enforce criminal law. A crime is a violation of criminal law, aka the penal code. Penal Code, the criminal law of political jurisdiction. Crimes are offenses against jurisdiction that enacted the law, for example, state. Two types of criminal law, substantial and procedure. So, next we move on to civil law. A formal means to resolve conflict between individuals. A tort is a violation of civil law, a private matter between individuals. Civil law includes law of contracts, law of property, subject of administrative law, the regulation of public utilities. Examples are personal injury resulting from an accident, crime, or otherwise, goal to make the victim whole again. So, criminal law and civil law. An act can be against an individual civil, the state criminal, or both. For example, an assault with injury, conviction, aggravate battery, sentence is punishment, 6 months incarceration, $2,000 fine that goes to the court fees, etc., $1,000 reinstitution to the victim. Victim can now sue to the convicted offender in the civil court for loss of income, wages, medical bills, pains and sufferings. Purpose of civil court is not a punishment. It is to make the victim whole again. Now we will be moving on to the substantive law and procedure law, which I'm going to make another video.